Hey, everybody, what's going on? I'm here today with my recap on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I so hope you saw it last night. We are going to get into it. But first, we got to start. Hey, Veronica, thanks for joining. Glad to see you. Yes, and happy Sunday, everybody. So I'm glad that you're hanging out with me Sunday this afternoon. We're going to get into some stuff here. So here's the thing. We're going to say, hey, Sharon, glad to see you. I hope you saw the episode last night. I'm ready to get into it. So we open up with the Miss Wanda event, right? Hey, Sebastian, I'm gonna bring you up in a little bit. Let's see if their ratings make it tomorrow. Yeah, we have to see about these ratings tomorrow, right? I think they're doing okay. Hey, Juanita, thanks for coming through. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Abby's child. So I'm glad to see that y'all all coming through. I hope you saw the episode last night. So it opens up, and we're still at Miss Wanda's event, right? That event, we got a lot of info, right? There was a lot of kind of low-key shade being thrown out there. I mean, I was feeling it. I was loving it. Hey, Diva. Hey, Kenny. Nice to see you, Canelo. I'm glad you're here. So we got a lot of low-key shade up in that event last night, right? And I will say this. Bringing Kiki to this show, even though I do feel, and y'all gotta let me know how you feel, that Kiki was a plan. They brought Kiki, and maybe Mel did ask for Kiki to come so that she can bring LaTisha down. But I really do want to say bringing Kiki has definitely spiced the show up a little bit, okay? Because Kiki is not backing down. She stands her ground. So, and I also want to say this. I really feel like I don't know LaTisha's maiden name, but I will say this. LaTisha and her family, they can have their own separate show. Their piece of work, right? So we open up, we're still at this event, and here we go. Kiki walks in, and her and Tisa get into it. Okay. They get into it because they're both still kind of mad at each other. Now, I will say this. Kiki is holding on to a decade, or at least, at the very least, a 5-year-old beef. I feel like she needs to get over it. I don't know how y'all feeling about that, but I'm like, okay, listen, it was 5 years ago. It happened. Let's get over it. She was not. I'm glad Kiki is on the show too. Yes, Kiki is bringing us a little different flavor, right? She's going to help us maybe get down to the truth. Okay, they can have their own show for real. Yes, they can, right? They a bit much. And I will say this is a beautiful family. Beautiful family. And I didn't realize the other two cousins was Kiki's sisters, right? So anyway, Keke and Tisha, they're kind of getting into it. And I will say this, Tisha is really hurt. She's extremely hurt because they're saying, her and Marsau are saying that, Melanie purposely gave them some information, got them on the platform, and told them a story just to bring the Scots down. And do I believe that? I believe that wholeheartedly. So her and Tisa are kind of going, Kiki and Tisa are kind of going back and forth, right? And they're going back and forth to the point where Kiki says to Tisa, listen, your husband Marsau was the one that put my business out on the street. Now, this is the thing about Marsau, right? Marsau knows how to play with words. He's a wordsmith. He needs to write a book. He is definitely a wordsmith, right? Because he twisted it up. He was like something about how could it be your business and it's not your business, or some mess he said. I said, yo, this man right here, he knows how to play with the words, and he'll have you sitting there thinking like, am I wrong? Is it me? Or is it, or is it him? Or is it them? Hey, Diva. Yes, he did panic. He did panic. Yes, I was going to get to that. So, hey, Diva, Marsau sure panicked when Kiki threatened to spill some tea. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He started fast talking and then even jumped up. I thought he was going to fight anything to be able to continue gaslighting Tisha. 100%. He jumped up. Before I even get there, I'm getting excited now. So, Sebastian, you're saying all cheaters are wordsmiths. That is possible that all cheaters are wordsmiths, but I will say this. He is at the top the top of the wordsmith game. He really is. He knows how to use those words, and he spits them out so easily and so quick that he can have you say, okay, wait a minute, who's wrong here? Am I wrong, or is the other person wrong? I would like to have Kiki and her husband and get rid of Kimmie and Maurice. PK Joe, we're going to talk about that, because I was going to say later on, is Kimmie earning her keep, right? Okay, so Kiki got so pissed. I might as well jump into this now, right? She got so pissed that she was like, listen, yo, we'll go ahead and put it all out there. And her husband, and I was glad that Kiki's husband got up, right? Because Marsau, he liked to get big and bad, and he was talking to a female, right? Her husband got up and was like, yo, you want us to put it all out on the table? Then we're going to put it all out on the table, but you don't want none of this, right? And then that is when Marsau kind of piped his little behind down a little bit. Now he want to talk man to man and said, look, don't you think y'all was being used? And he said to Kiki, listen, you are being used. And when Mel finishes using you, she's going to throw you out and be done with you. I'm going to bring up, hold on, guys, because I'm getting so excited about this whole little event thing. Let me bring up Sebastian. I don't know if you're ready to come up, Sebastian. Let's see. Again, with this audio, Sebastian, I think you got to make sure your camera is on.
Okay. My first thing is,
yes.
Actually, I think that Marsau was very scared last night. Like he was scared. He probably wanted to pee on himself so bad because he knew that Kiki could have brought it out there, could have brought everything out there. And I want Kiki to bring stuff out there. I want Kiki to do a good job at this. And as PK Joe said, Kimmie can leave and Kiki and her husband can take over that spot. Because, and another thing is, this family is very jealous of Kiki because Kiki made it out of the bottom, made it out from the bottom because of her father. That's why they all have some type of way about Kiki. And I do believe Kiki on saying on that LaTisha said something to Melody about her personal life, very personal, and shared it. That shouldn't have been shared.
Well, it shouldn't have been shared. But you see, Marsau was so slick. He said all of Huntsville already knew her business. Well, he stuck his foot in his mouth, right? Because if all of Huntsville already knew Kiki's business, what would have been the need for him to tell the business to Melody and Martell? Exactly. So everybody didn't know. But you know, that's him being a wordsmith with the words again, right? Yep. But we can tell there's some guilt in there, and then I'll let you speak, Sebastian. We can tell there was some guilt in there for the simple fact of once Kiki said she will just go ahead and tell the business and spill the tea, he got hyped. He jumped up out of his seat. He was extremely emotional. And there I said, see, they don't want the truth out. They don't want anybody knowing the real business. They want to keep it on the low. But go ahead.
Yeah, he did jump up like there was icy hot in his underwear and jumped up like it was a whole big issue. Like, another thing is, Kiki brings what LaTisha doesn't. Kiki brings what LaTisha doesn't. Mama Wanda, Miss Wanda brings good things too with her Wanda knees and everything. I love that woman. They all bring it. It just, LaTisha is just missing something. I don't know. Is she missing? Is it?
Well, we need her, right? Because everybody can't be rah-rah. So we need her. She serves her naive purpose.
What does she serve? Being her husband's beard?
She serves her naive purpose.
Being her husband's beard? Being her husband's beard?
Listen, without her, we wouldn't have this whole Marsau and her debacle, right? So we need Tisa. Now, another thing that came out at that event, I like the shade that Ms. Wanda threw when she was trying to break up the whole situation. She said, one, y'all all need to be quiet and let one person speak at a time. But then she said also, this was a dig to Marsau for calling her family from what did she say, from the other side of the block or from the other side of the fence? So he called them or whatever. She said, so you want to say we was from the other side of the fence, but in the meantime, how you think you acting right now? So you getting low and gutter right now too. So she kind of threw a little shade there at Marsau. And Marsau is pissed. He's not mad. He's pissed at Bernard. He told Bernard to shut the F up. He was over Bernard and he had enough of him. And wait 1 second, Shamash, let me read this. And Ms. Wanda had the nerve to say she couldn't believe folks would bring up drama at her event. With a hypocrite, the drama queen event basher herself. You know what, Nessie? You know what? I didn't even think about that. But you are absolutely right. At every single event, Ms. Wanda is bringing the nonsense, the heat, and the mess. So now that is her event, she want to say that, oh, how could y'all be doing this here? That's true. That's why I like y'all. Y'all be bringing the facts. I was feeling Kimmy till I see how she let Maurice tell her anything. Yeah. Hello. Because before that, Kimmy was big bad and she was all of this and everything, right? But as soon as she got drugged into the mess of infidelity, she did a whole 360 with her attitude, and we're going to get into that in a moment. Tisha is to Huntsville like Cynthia was to RHOA. Well, Tisha is not, she doesn't bring the most, right?
The husband knows, just like the time was brought for Cynthia.
Right, but you know what though? She is also not the lowest one on the totem pole either. If we got to get rid of people, Tisha won't be the first one to go.
Kimmy will be the first one to go.
Yeah, wait. I think Keke was the golden child when they were younger. Now Tisha is the golden one, and Keke is jealous of that. Marsau holds that family over the barrel for whatever the reason is. Yes, he does. Okay, so you thinking Keke was the one at first, and now Tisha has to come up. I can believe that. But I also believe that Tisha is extremely hurt over the situation between her and Keke right now. I think it's hurting her.
She didn't say anything that was that bad. All she said, there has been some conversations about it. That's all she said. If she said, yes, Marsau has been cheating, that would have been a whole issue.
Yes. Sharon, thank you. The other side of the tracks. Yes, that is the word that they use, the other side of the tracks. So yeah, so last night, Marsau, you was acting as if you was from the other side of the tracks. Because he acted as if he was going to get up and do something to Keke. But her husband got up and said, pretty much in my mind, you want some of this? We could tell. We could put it all out on the table. You could tell our business and we going to tell yours. Because I think the underlying issue is Marsau has cheated, possibly, and is possibly still cheating. And I think everybody knows it, and they're trying to sweep it under the rug. And he knows that Keke and her husband know, or at least they know something. And he did not, by any means necessary, he was going to make sure that conversation did not come out at Ms. Wanda event. He got up to shut it down.
And I also think that he also knows about the other children that he has too. Allegedly.
That's what I was gonna say. The other alleged children. I don't like how she chose Melody over Martell. Are you talking?
Kimmy. I think she's talking about Kimmy.
Oh, Kimmy. Kimmy is messy. We're going to get into Kimmy. I love Tisha. If we have to get rid of someone, get rid of the mixed woman. I forgot her name, and get rid of Stormy. Well, Stormy, you notice, haven't been in really that many scenes. And you're talking about Tiffany. And yeah, we're going to get to Tiffany because I don't know if they earning their keep this season. Keke should have kept her Keke should have kept her big mouth shut. Well, Keke was used as a pawn. I guess I'm going to use that word, right? Keke was used as a pawn. But
A pawn turned into a queen when you get on the other side of the chessboard.
No, Maurice is most irrelevant to the show and can go without any real effect. Okay, so you saying Maurice. So then if he go, Kimmy, his wife, got to go with him. Ms. Wanda stopped that back and forth to keep. Yes, she did, Miss Gigi. I felt that too. I'm glad you said that. Ms. Wanda stopped that back and forth to keep the truth from coming out. She knew the hotter the argument got, lips were going to get looser. Miss Gigi, I agree with you 100%. I wanted that event to keep going, but Marsau jumped up there to shut that thing down and to tell them how they was being used as a pawn. But yes, there was some stuff to come out because he got anxious, he got nervous, he got pissed. Come on, Diva. We know Marsau didn't get up until her husband happened. Wait, okay, wait. What do you mean? Come on. We know Marsau didn't get up until her husband happened. You gotta explain more to me what you mean by that. Keke, yes, Keke knows where the bones are buried, and you can tell she knows some truth because Marsau threatened to expose Keke if she told it. Yes, yes, he did. But that's when her husband got up. Her husband got up, Ameen. Okay, I like Ameen. Her husband got up and pretty much was like, "You ain't even being a man right now, Marsau, talking to a woman like that." He said, "But we can lay it all out on the table." Keke and her husband, they giving us life. They the MVPs this season so far. Hey, Mary, thanks for coming by. Oh, y'all saying bye, Kimmy. Sebastian, how you feel? Kimmy can go.
She can become a friend of.
A friend of, yes. So Keke need to let the 5 years of drama go. Her family face when it is said it was from 5 years ago. It is from 5 years ago. I do feel that she needs to let it go, but now they done stuck on it so much. I want to know what it was that was said. I want to know what the business is.
There's some things that can be said that could scar someone to never let it go. A scar could never go away.
But you know what, Sebastian, if you're going to tell me you accept my apologies and you don't keep bringing it up, you don't keep digging up the old dirt, or I ain't going to have no love for you at that point.
That's what you did. You put a Band-Aid over it. You got to let it go. But sometimes the Band-Aids need to be changed. When you're on a reality TV show, you might as well take the Band-Aid off.
Wait, you said, nah, I'm sick of Keke acting like she got this bombshell, but won't say it. Marsau told her to say it, but she wouldn't because Marsau was going to expose Keke. It's a mixed bag about it because remember, Keke's husband got up and was like, you met until her husband, and you met until her husband got up. Oh, okay. You, her husband was pretty much like, let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and let it out if that's what you want to do. And then Marsau back down. There will be plenty more dirt to shift when they return from Atlanta. Martell is already setting them up. We're gonna get to that. But you know what though? They stupid. They falling right into the setup. We're gonna get to that. Okay. When they were in college, Kiki and Tisha lived together. Oh, did they? All right. Okay, Robin, you coming up?
Yep.
Hey, Robin.
Wait, let me turn off this. Hey, yes, Diva. Let me turn off the
TV. Okay, turn it on. Let's get into this. Make Kimmy and Tiffany friends of and bring Wanda, her son, on full time. Oh my God, am I ready for her son? What's the son name again? Little Man. Are we ready for him? Are we ready for Little Man? Go ahead, Robin. What's up?
So I want to go back to the Tisha and Kiki. So yes. I saw Kiki on a live. Excuse me. And she revealed that she and Tisha were very close, that when they were in college together, they lived together in an off-campus apartment.
Okay.
Talked about how close they were. She said, because like I would do special things for Tisha, like she didn't have a boyfriend, and I would bring her flowers and stuff like that to celebrate her birthday and things like that, because she wasn't getting that kind of attention. See, I think the issue with Marsau is that somewhere while they were in college, she got pregnant. So she got pregnant. I think probably Miss Wanda put a gun to his head and said, "You're gonna marry my daughter, I'll kill you." And I think that was a straight up shotgun wedding. And I think that he's resentful of it because I don't think that he really like is feeling her like that at all. I personally haven't seen it, but I don't have 20/20 vision anymore either. But I think that that's one of the problems that we're seeing. And Kiki does know a whole lot. And since she was there, that going back that far, not just related, but they lived together. So you know what? She knows whatever little dirt Tisha has, but she knows all of Marsau's. Because she was both on the inside and the out. That's what I believe.
She definitely knows a lot. They know a lot on each other. But the thing that I love is that Kiki's husband was like, let's lay it out on the table, let's get it out. So welcome to the show, E. I don't know why you're all coming up on the audio, but anyway, welcome to the show. What do you want to add?
First of all, hi Diva.
Hey.
What I want to add is I can't stand Mel. I can't stand Mel. I think that she is a coward. I think that she is a puppet master. I am disgusted that she has coerced Kiki, even though it probably didn't take much, to bring her on the show to battle it out with Tisha. Because if anybody knows, or if we have seen any examples of someone not wanting their dirty laundry exposed, it's Mel. Because the storyline of the century is to bring on coleslaw, which she has refused and blocked every step of the way. Ariane needs to come on the show, and that fifth baby, the new Holt, needs to come on the show. We need make this family complete. And if you're going to be reality TV, do it real big and do it 100%. Really, Diva, 100 means 100.
Family complete. Oh my God.
100 means 100. Make it all right. And I wish they would just go ahead and put it out there about Marsau cheating in these babies, because we've heard it already. We already know it's true, because where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm tired of this pretending, and I'm tired of the viewers, and what does she call her people? The millimeters. I'm tired of them excusing Mel from all guilt, like she doesn't have her hand in the cookie jar, and making it seem like Tisha and everybody is jealous of Mel. I am sick of it. I don't want to hear that anymore, and I hope they drag her ass at the reunion.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Let me read this real quick. Let me read this real quick. Now her husband didn't want Marcel to go there. Kiki was arrested in September for controlled substances, so I'm sure skeletons are worse than Marcel cheating. But you know what though, because they already laid it out on the table, they're gonna have to let us know what it is, because whatever it is, she's over it now and she has overcome. And listen, everybody in the world, I really believe that in my heart of hearts, that no matter what a reality personality could have done in their past, there's somebody that's a fan that could relate to it, and that will probably connect with them and respect them, and say to themselves, listen, they got past it and so can I. So let's get the skeletons out, because that's what you signed up for. You're killing me right now, wanting to add this side chick to be part of the family. Oh, yeah. and to give her relevance on this show. I gotta think about that. I gotta sleep on that.
But she is the family. She has the fifth Holt. She has the final Holt, because Melody's not having any more children. So the last prince is Maverick. Okay, so we can't exclude that baby has to be included. And Mel didn't let her kids go to the book signing anyway. So why not bring the woman on the show? Let's give Martell some more camera time so his child support payments can be reduced. Come on, this woman needs to get her. We've seen everything about her. We've heard everything on YouTube. They've done everything and talked about this girl and made her a storyline, except bring her on own. Why is Mel? So why is she's like the Nene of the show? And you mark my words, because I heard what Carlos said, that he doesn't want to bring anyone on and disrespect his cast. That's going to be good for a little while, but I've heard that the ratings are dropping. And so eventually Ariane will have to come on that show. I don't care if Melody has to leave, because she's not exciting. Her storyline is attached to everyone else. You have to go out of town with Tiffany. That's lackluster. That was a filler scene. Get rid of Tiffany and that man. Okay, we don't need Stormy. Stormy is a hood rat. And when she got into it with Destiny, well, no, I'm telling you, Diva, 100 means 100.
You know what? I'm not going to disagree. She is hood radish, I guess I'm gonna say, right? But the sad part about it is, I think you're tearing down your brand. You're tearing down your brand, and for what? What are you? You're not giving anything to the show, and you're tearing down your brand, in my opinion, right? So okay, you giving me something. I gotta sleep on a lot of stuff you're saying here. I don't know how I feel about Coleslaw coming on the show, but I understand and I respect your perspective. She is a Holt. She is a Holt. She is the baby is a Holt.
But she's a new Holt. She's an up and coming Holt. She's a Holt in training, and we have to say, I'm tired of this Miss Wanda hate going around. I'm sorry, Diva, if I could say this one last thing, please. Yeah. I'm tired of this Miss Wanda hate, okay? Miss Wanda keeps the show going and keeps it entertaining, okay?
Yeah.
I'm tired of this petition that's going around. We need Miss Wanda on the show. That's period. We can't do the Huntsville show without Miss Wanda. And if you really want to make it spicy, bring Miss Vanessa on and bring on Marsau's brother, who Miss Vanessa was sleeping with. That's an excellent storyline. I'd love to hear more about that.
No, I would. Don't hang up. Hold on a second. No, I would love to see the other brother. I heard the other brother is messy, but we can believe it, right? Because the two brothers are messy. Robin, was you trying to say something?
I was trying to say a lot of things. I think the first thing is you're never going to see that woman Ariane because Melody is an executive producer. You're not going to see it. She's not going to allow that. Number two, I would like us all to really find in our heads to understand that this is not reality TV. This is reality based. These people who are on these shows that are now so overproduced, yeah, that's their real names and parts of them. This what we see is this situation, but so much of it is not real, and so much of it is put on that we need to I see people get really invested in the behaviors of folks. I'm disappointed in the show actually because Carlos King, I'm new to the whole behind the scenes on reality, and I get the impression that he's has this axe and he's grinding the hell out of it over something that may have happened with his housewives experience. But I think he's blowing a chance to distinguish himself from and his shows from the housewives. They don't have to still all be ratchet. They don't have to fight and cuss. These people are educated and established. I wouldn't mind seeing what their business is. We could see Stormy would be more palatable if we understood her business acumen and how she became a millionaire. And I understand now all her products are sold out. I think that there's an other side of these folks besides the mess. And, I think that, they're going into what I call sub-ghetto land. And we need, I'm older, I'm about your age probably. So I'm not in that vein or that mode. And I also don't understand, and I know it's TV and entertainment, but that's what made me understand that it's really reality based is I have friend groups, and I have never been in any of my friend groups from the people that from the neighborhood, the people from the schools, the people from the sorority. I've never been in any one group where there's always somebody totally turned up. I've never been in any of these groups where people are fighting and cussing and ready to throw hands at each other. I've also never been in any of these groups. And let me tell you, some of my friends are really wealthy that they say at the drop of a hat, oh, we're going to have this great excursion and be ready to leave on Friday. It's all hype. And it's not reality. And so it's disconcerting, but mostly because I think that Carlos King, especially when I saw that his show last night, and it was like a little kid going, nah, 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 kind of thing. It was so sophomoric to me.
Yeah.
And again, I really think that he's missing an opportunity to distinguish himself because he now has, I don't know how long he's been in business or whatever, but he has he has his own place, and he would do
embrace it
for himself to stand in his own self and not stand here and then be swinging at somebody else. Handle your business and give us better, do better, be better. That's all.
Yeah. I do agree with that in regards to Carlos King, but I think what happens was when that whole debacle happened on RHOA with what is her name, Candy and Phaedra, he had to get let go, right? He got let go, and I think, and then I think because he posted something on his social media, if it was either yesterday or today, saying pretty much like, "You thought I was going to be nothing, but look at me now." So it's kind of like what you're saying, right? He has this axe to grind. He has he's trying to prove himself. But he's trying to prove himself to somebody who, quite frankly, doesn't care, right? Yeah, he's not being bothered by him. I do think that he is given a great opportunity, and what they say, too much is given, much is required, right? But he's using the same formula that has made reality shows win to this point. And unfortunately, a lot of the fans have proven that when you have a reality show that is soft and pink and kind and nice, it usually doesn't get the ratings, unfortunately, right? And I hate to say that. So, but he can try to start a trend where he turned things around. When Love and Marriage Huntsville first started, it wasn't as turned up as it is now. and I loved it. And I think the ratings were better than they are now. Now it's more turned up. Now we're consistently, hey Canelo, we're consistently talking about infidelity and cheating and all of that. And they have gotten away. Hold on one second, Canola. And they have gotten away from, they have gotten away from, I don't know, with like the comeback, crew and all of that they was trying to do initially. So I understand what you're saying. I'm connected with you. I think we all are in agreement that we know that is reality based. But it's like, if y'all putting this out there to us, then y'all got to make it make sense. And but I will say that at Miss Wanda's event last night, as much mess as it was, a lot of truth was in the mess, because Miss Wanda definitely got up to shut that fight down. Because like somebody said, loose lips would have started happening, and the truth would have really, really came out. And none of them actually want that. They don't.
They finished that fight off camera, right? I'm sure.
I know they did. I know they did. And so before we anybody else speak, let's bring in this Destiny and Kimmie going to talk to Destiny. So Kimmie has no storyline, right? And Kimmie wants to avoid a storyline because she doesn't want to address and the truth to come out about her and Maurice. So she's pissing me off. So she wants to participate in the show without participating. And I'm like, she's not earning her keep. So she wants to be kind of like the mediator between all the little beasts that are going on. So she goes to talk to Destiny about this fight that Destiny is having with Mel. And then Kimmie goes and talks to Mel about how she spoke to Destiny and so forth and so on. So I'm like, okay, Kimmie, you have no storyline. You're not earning your keep. 2.2 seconds, we're going to be done with you and Maurice, and we're going to move Keke and Ameen into the show. And then this whole thing is going to turn into a Scots and really a family type of show, because we're about to kick the non-family members out. And that would be Tiffany and Louis, Kimmie. Well, if we kick Kimmie out, Maurice is connected to the family. But definitely, Tiffany and Louis, they're another one, not really earning their keep. They can go. So how did you feel about Kimmie and her not having a storyline and her trying to be the mediator with this whole situation that's going on between her and Mel?
First of all, I don't agree with the narrative that everybody has to have a storyline. I think everybody has a role. You don't have to be turned up. You don't have to be fighting or all those things to be relevant. And I think that that's the way that Kimmie is moving. I don't think this about avoiding that whole thing with the Atlanta trip. I really don't believe that. I think that she sees herself as having more value. Remember, she presents herself as much more mature than everybody else combined. And I believe that about her. I think that she has better people skills. I think that she seeks to employ those skills on the show. I said a few weeks ago that I had predicted that the Scots were being moved to be central characters on this show with Tisha and Marsau, because we saw how much Melody and Martell, besides the dissolution of their marriage, just how far they have fallen back with nothing that they're willing to share about what's going on. The only thing that Melody is sharing is trying to push her businesses. And that would be fine if we got more information. But that's all that she's offering. And I think that's what she wants out of the show.
It's going to be her downfall, though, because that's kind of what happened to what's the name that this skinny girl on the Real Housewives of New York? Bethany. After a while, they was done with Bethany because every scene it was about skinny girl, and they had enough. So you do. I can understand what you're saying, that everybody doesn't necessarily need to have drama, I'm gonna say. But to me, you should have some type of storyline, but your storyline doesn't necessarily have to be drama. I mean, but you gotta give us something.
She just opened a brokerage. I mean,
who did?
Kimmie. She started a new business. I saw her on the two of them on the Ages and Stages podcast. So she got her broker's license. She started a brokerage firm. She's going into business to open up some brokerages in other states.
Mm-hmm.
She has stories there. She's just not telling them. And so I'm saying, if we're going to do reality, do reality. And that, I think that I know personally, I would find that more interesting than, whether or not, she goes on that technicality that, well, when Maurice went to Atlanta, we weren't married, so I don't consider anything that happened to have been him cheating on me, or some crap she said back then. Not a big deal.
I think that's a lie anyway.
Which part?
Yeah, go ahead, Canelo.
About Kimmie saying, about Maurice cheating on her, even though they wasn't married. I believe that bothers her. I really do. She may play it off and say it doesn't bother her. I believe it does.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it did too, Canelo. And here's my thing. The only thing I had with Kimmie, like before that, she was a little turned up in people's business when it came to the whole cheating thing, right? She wasn't even getting down with her own sister-in-law before that, Tisha. But now all of a sudden, when you are kind of like in that little debacle and mix, and that is about you. Now all of a sudden you love Tisha. You want to get closer to her. You want to get to know her. No, all you want is for the smoke to come off of you. And you want to deflect from that. So I do get the maturity from her, but I also get the double talk from her and the double standard. And now I feel like she's pulling back, but she's only pulling back because of that situation. That's what I'm getting. But I hear you though, Robin.
But I'm gonna tell y'all also, be prepared for next week when Martell tells us in Marsau's ear about what happens. I didn't. Well,
yeah,
I know. I just said be ready because Tisha and Marsau because their whole little storyline this season is about Marsau's cheating. We all know the man is out there doing something. We don't really have that much.
Allegedly.
I'm not saying that. From what we've been hearing, no. We believe.
We believe. Yeah,
Okay.
the show is overproduced because I think, as Robin was saying, Carlos King is missing the mark. He's in this secret battle with Andy Cohen, and Andy doesn't give a crap, right? And that too connects with the after show that he get, and we'll get on that in a moment. But let me throw this scene in there. So Tiffany goes to see her husband Lewis again, another filler, right?
Lord.
And I think with those two, they're calming down because they got a lot of backlash from season 1 and their appearance. But can somebody tell me what type of business is the compound?
I have no idea.
He's a trainer, the coach.
Oh, he's the coach, like a sports coach. Right. Okay. I was missing that, but again, I like the underlining promotion of the business, right? Because most of these things, they do go to the compound a lot. And see, that's what I like. We know that he's a business owner. He has his business, and they do shoot a lot there. And see, that's to me is when you're getting on these reality shows, have something like that where you're constantly, promoting your stuff, but in a subtle way so that we know, but you're not saying it so much. They go to Black a lot too. And I give the Scots a lot of credit for that. A lot of scenes are there in at Black. This whole Tiffany and finding her parents and Lewis kind of not paying attention to her. I'm bored, but am I willing to give them another season? I mean, you say no.
For what? Listen, how are you? I want to find my father. My mother. I meet a man on the street who says he knew who my mother was, and I don't even try to get his phone number, no contact information. That made no sense. She comes in. And how is she going to go to Lewis's place of business to talk about? Didn't you went home? And how did you not say anything? If I didn't know anybody who knew my mother, I would have been like, honey, it was crazy. Just like randomly, there was this man. I showed him a picture, and he said he knew my mother. How is she going to sleep?
Come on.
Let me say this.
Wait, and let me add this. not only did he know her, but he knew at the time when he last saw her that she was pregnant. I was like, I can't do this right now. Stop. Go ahead.
And see, this whole point with Tiffany and Louis is getting on my everlasting. I mean, what do she bring to the show? She pops up now. Okay, Louis is sitting there. You know, I guess he didn't ask her fast enough how her day went. And she has to come over to the compound and say, well, you know, you didn't ask me about what happened to me when I was down in Utah yesterday. Well, if you would have stayed up 5 minutes, maybe, and I would have got a chance to ask you.
And how about this, Canelo? Canelo, how about this? What if he had said, I didn't think that you cared, that I cared because you didn't ask me, your husband, to go to find the connection to your life.
And what would she have said? Well, she couldn't say nothing but look dumb like she always do.
She's beautiful though. She's beautiful.
She's beautiful, but she's dumb.
She's dumb.
There are a lot of beautiful women on the show. They
are. I'm not gonna take it away from them. She is beautiful, but she is dumb as excuse me for all blondes. I know it ain't all blondes, but this one she is. I'm just saying.
I don't think she's dumb. I just think that she doesn't have a lot of substance.
And that, I equate that with being dumb.
Yeah.
The
reason why I say that is because look how she comes in. Look how she comes into the scene. She comes in. Now, I know everybody has the bubbly personality and stuff. I like that. But what she does, she comes in trying to be this naive, bubbly person. And she, you know, she got all these grievances. Oh, she gonna tell you what she feel about you, but you can't say it about her. Then when you tell her about herself, she's like, what? I didn't know that. I mean, are you sure? Because look at last week where her and Melody was going down to Utah. Oh, the baby situation. This proves how dumb she is. Melody tells her, because Louis says, look, why can't we use this time that we have together instead of having other children? But I love being pregnant. I want a connection with you because I'm connected to you when I'm pregnant. That is the best thing. Melody said, if your man is telling you to spend damn time with him, you can't have time with him and the damn baby at the same damn time. So which one do you want? And she's gonna look over there like, we're women. We can do everything, can we? We're super women. We're able to do it, right?
Listen, Tiffany doesn't know how to find her way back in. She let the fans get to her last year because they really ripped her for shreds last year. And so now she's treading lightly. But if she wants to keep this reality paycheck, she better kick it up a notch and get back to herself and figure out her way.
That's why I call her dumb, because see, if you look at any other reality show, Diva and Robin, if y'all look at any other reality show, now there has been, look at Porsha. Porsha dragged Kenya, got demoted from a housewife to a friend. She used that friend role, came back with a full peach, and outshined everybody until she did what she did in season 9. Now, if Tiffany was smart enough, she would know she got dragged last season. She knows to play that. Okay, I got dragged. Okay, let me kick it up a notch. I know that I'm not going to go in here, and start up anything. But if they come for me, I'm definitely going to come for them. Stormy came for her. What? I mean, you just.
She low key came back for Stormy though, but what I didn't like. No. What I didn't like though is when the truth that I found out about what happened with Stormy at 12. I thought that Tiffany hit below the belt. So she did come back to her, and then they try to act like that didn't mean anything, but people told me it did mean something. Stormy tried to do something allegedly to herself at 12. So Tiffany was very gutter for even trying to say that, for even trying to do that. So I thought it was a little bit messy, but let me throw this in there. I will say this about Carlos King. At least he kept Martell, because listen, Martell needs a check, but he doesn't have much to do. But so he had the scene between him and his manager, and talking about the event that he has coming up. And speaking of that event and it coming up, my thing is, can married people hang with single people, especially if the single person, one of the single people in the group, is a little bit messy? And it's going to do things to jeopardize your marriage.
And I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Most of them there now. Okay, y'all know the bus ride there, right? Mm-hmm. Well, we'll get to that because I know you ain't got to that just yet.
Right.
So, but the thing is, married people can hang with single people. You know that your marriage is on the line. If you're gonna go out there and do anything stupid, i.e., what happened at the last Atlanta trip, if you're gonna do some stuff like that, then you know what, you deserve to lose your marriage because you already know what's going on. You know that this man is messy as hell. You know he's gonna do some bull crap that's gonna put y'all in a situation. So it's up to you to remove yourself.
Yup, exactly.
So I'm just saying. So you'll be stupid enough to sit there and let that happen to you, knowing that you got wives at home. And then we find something about Lou next week that I cannot wait to see.
Yeah, well.
I'm not saying nothing.
So Camilla, you said the singles and the married people can hang together. So Robin, how you feel about that?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
It's up to each person to comport themselves accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
You need to manage yourself. If you can't handle yourself, stay your ass home.
Thank you.
Okay, Sebastian. Can the married people and the single people hang together?
Absolutely, they can hang together. And if they do cheat while hanging on with the single people, I do think that their marriage should be destroyed if that were to happen.
See, this is
he said destroy. Wait, hold on.
Sebastian be so shady. He's so shady.
He's so shady. Can the married and the single people hang together?
So you're asking me, right?
Yes.
Listen, they can if on an all girls trip or all guys trip, as long as there's no dating involved. I feel like Marsau and Maurice, they are Martell. They're just more sneaky with it. So they all belong together. Whoever marries them, it's fool's gold. You deserve everything that you get.
You better be listening to this.
She said it's fool's gold.
With the ladies, I definitely think that Mel, Tisha, Tiffany, Stormy, and Destiny can all hang out, and there doesn't necessarily have to be cheating involved. I mean, we know what it is on the girls trip. I think we have a bit more discretion, not to say that we are not prone to cheat, because I know, when we get hot, we get hot. But I definitely think the ladies have more self-control than, I don't know if I could say the N word on it, but than these ninjas. You get what I'm saying? And if I can delegate, I'm going to challenge oh my gosh, that's not Canelo. When you said Porsha came back and outshined everybody, I wanted to chime in. Porsha Gubadia hung around until she could find her new finance sword. You get me?
I knew somebody was going to come in and drag me. I just do it. No, what I mean outshine me is when she came back. Because look what Tiffany is doing. See, Porsha came in. She took that loss. What she did, came back and made it a win. Even though she stepped her way to the top. Sebastian.
No, she didn't. All she did,
you gonna be fighting in a minute.
Made a win was getting
it ain't
take it.
Sebastian ain't fighting with somebody.
Sebastian.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I hope Nessie, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. But this is how I feel. I feel the same way what you're saying. That's why Maurice suddenly started being lovey-dovey and planning trips with Kimmy. Deflection. Because before that, he didn't have time to go nowhere. He was working so hard. She needed to understand. He was trying to build his business. Now all of a sudden, for her birthday, Christmas, just because it's Thursday, he's taking her on a trip. deflection. But go ahead, guys, carry on.
No, what I mean, all I want to say is Tiffany should have learned from that. She got dragged last season. Now she coming over here looking like deer in headlights. Like, I'm gonna be, nice, nasty, but then when she tries it, it goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
When Porsha did it, yeah, she got dragged, but at least she stood in it and doubled down, is what I'm saying. She at least made, herself relevant again.
I'm sorry, I have to push back. Porsha played the ditzy role, and the reason why Porsha's gullible fans, the reason why her gullible fans allow her to get away with it is because they thought Porsha was serving body yaddy yaddy. Okay, now Tiffany, 100 means 100. Tiffany is not serving body yaddy yaddy. She's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but when the best one line I can remember from Tiffany is when she said to Stormy, "Oh, this is like telling me about something I did when I was 12." And it took Kimmie and Stormy a while to catch on that she was reading. So, but the thing is, to your point, she has to double down. She needs to stand true to her commitment. Stop following behind Mel, because that turns me off instantly, and do something exciting. Her husband is not exciting to look at. Their conversation seems forced when it's televised. I wasn't feeling those rose petals and her talking about she gives him blowjobs every night. Lies, just lies and more lies.
So, yeah, I believe it's lies and more lies too. So, Chi-Town, you feel that Andy is concerned because Carlos' ratings are better than his.
That is true. Nightcap has higher ratings than Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, yeah. Nightcap. I think because Nightcap is new. And he's every show so far. Carlos definitely has some messiness on it. When he brought what's the name from Married to Medicine and Martell on there?
Oh, you talking about Dr. Heavenly.
Dr. Heavenly. It was nothing but shade. He's going to have these reality stars fighting behind the scenes. It's going to be a lot of catty.
I know y'all already know, Sebastian. Let me tell them this. I know you probably know about this, Sebastian, but y'all haven't probably heard. He invited the whole entire OG Atlanta cast on.
We saw it last night.
I missed it.
You missed it. We're going to talk about that in a minute. It came on last night. We saw it last night, and it was a hot mess. It was a lot of cattiness. But let me see. Carlos may be in competition with, but Andy's not worried. Carlos' show's demographics is mostly Black people. Andy's demographics is mixed. I do agree with that. I do agree with that, Miss UG. Yes,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if Carlos better be careful before Andy does what VH1 did to Zeus, where they slapped him with the cease and desist and said, "Stop stealing my
intellectual property."
My reality stars, because really that is a conflict of interest to go to a competing network and do your interviews, especially because we know that Carlos started at Bravo. What I will say is Andy, for him to allow, and hopefully this isn't going too off topic, for Andy to allow the destruction of the Housewives of Atlanta with that production team to have done what they have done for these years to run the ratings into the ground, I'm not certain Andy is in tune with what the watchers, especially of the urban demographic, want to see. And so it serves him right. Now, the Housewives of Beverly Hills, they're picking up the steam a little bit, and you're using Garcelle to snag in some of this diversity, as well as Crystal and the other one. But I think Bravo is on its way down. I'm sorry, I just have to say that.
It is, but you know what? I'm thinking reality TV is kind of on its way down, right? Because they're utilizing the same exact formula across the board. We're not getting anything different. The only thing we're getting different is the different castmate names, right? But everything is the same. The same thing is they throw an event, right? Or if they go on the trip, the theme is you're going to fight over the room, right? And then there's going to be some arguments at the dinner table. Or it's going to be at least some shade at the dinner table. And that's across the board. It's like the same thing over and over again. I will say this, though. Love and Marriage Huntsville, for the most part, is not following that formula. Like, they don't really go on that many trips. And the trips they do go on, you don't see anybody fighting over the room. And then when they meet for dinner, there's an argument at the dinner table. So it's a little bit of a different flavor. I don't know I can't remember which one of you said it, but Carlos King has a huge opportunity to change the reality game. And he's going to miss it because he's in a cat fight with Andy. And right now he's in the cat fight by himself.
It's called shadow boxing.
Yeah. I don't think that he's dealing with the castaways. I'm calling them castaways. I'm trying to get the right name for it, but he's dealing with the castaways. So that might be how he's going to get away with it a little bit, right? Because he's dealing with all the people that Bravo has washed their hands with, like the Kim Zolciak, Deshaun Snow, we haven't seen in years, Lisa Wu, we haven't seen in years. So he's really calling to the table those particular people on his show. And then he does have the right, I mean, it's no other than like if the reality person were to go on a talk show, he can interview their people, but I think it may get a little sticky if he tries to undercover take them. But I don't think he has Bravo money at this point.
No,
right?
No, he don't.
He don't have Bravo money.
The other thing is there are some of the folks, it depends on what's written in their contracts, because we saw Sheree sitting there last night.
Right.
So if there's not a non-compete type of clause in their contract, if they don't have to get approval from the network or the production company, then they would not then be barred from. And I think that it will be cast-offs, not castaways. Castaways are like the folks on the Gilligan's Island.
All right. So we go. Okay, so y'all got to give me the words. Okay, so I should call them cast-offs. Okay, I'm gonna see how I feel about cast-offs. Okay, the cast-offs. Okay, so that's what we're gonna call them for right now. Okay, so I get another a name for it, but the cast-offs. That's what he's dealing with. So they're saying that Tisha and Marsau mugshots have been released, so they have mugshots.
Oh, wow. So everybody said that. Everybody said
that's why they're saying, y'all didn't want this smoke. That's why she does Martell copy everything Mel does. My wine is the legacy of my grandmother. He is a hater and an imitator. He definitely is a hater and an imitator, but we found that out. I want to say it was last year. Remember, Melody did a photo shoot with the kids, and it was kind of like an African theme or something like that. And then the next thing you know, Martell did a photo shoot with the kids, and he had the fifth Hope on his lap, and it was kind of like an African theme, and the social media was comparing the two, and they were saying it was a little bit scary. He doesn't know what to do without Mel. Mel was the backbone of their buildup, and he lost that backbone, and he's trying to find his way. That's just my thoughts on that.
Well, he better get with Coleslaw, because she'll build him back up. It won't look like what it looked like with Mel, but it'll look like something better than where he's at now, right?
I don't think Coleslaw has it in her. That's my opinion.
I'm subscribed to Coleslaw right now, but she ain't done nothing right now.
Oh no!
I'm just saying.
Oh, Kimmy was on House Hunters. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I gotta see that. Everybody's asking for mugshots. We're gonna have to Google. Let's see if we find that. Yes, everyone is responsible for themselves, married or not, is not the question. Yes, I do agree. That you are responsible for yourself. But you got to be careful when you're hanging with. Hey, Toria, when you're hanging with what do you call it? People who are not married. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It could get a little sticky if they don't have respect for your marriage. There are some people, Chi-Town, okay, give me a minute, I'm gonna look. I'm not technically I'm technically challenged. I'm trying to get better, but I will look. So you found it, Canelo?
I haven't found anything. I'm trying to find it. I mean, I don't see anything right now.
Well, while you two look for that, can I say something about that singles and marrieds hanging together?
Yes. Okay. Oh, so wait, Chi-Town, yes, you can, but give me a minute. Oh, so Chi-Town, thank you. Said LaTisha has a record for shoplifting. Yeah, you know what? The thing is, they all got a pass, right? And you got to know this if you're going to be a reality TV star. Your past eventually is going to surface. So it would be better if you do like a Marlo. I can't remember off the top of my head how many others have done this, where you tell your business up front yourself, so nobody will be able to use it against you. Okay, Marlo's like, listen, I was arrested, I was this, I was that, I have XYZ mugshots. So you tell it so you can own and control your story, and you wouldn't be like Marsau was last night, jumping up, trying to quiet everything down that he did not want to come out. Chi-Town,
yes.
thank you. Okay, yes, they can hang together. So everybody's saying the married and the singles can hang together. Okay, I'm gonna connect with y'all and say this. They can hang together as long as those singles respect your relationship. Now, Kenya Moore is a different person.
Wait, Diva, not just the singles respecting the others' relationships, but those people who are married need to also respect their own relationships.
Well, this is true. Okay.
And that's what I said.
You are correct. You are correct. I'll accept that. That is true. Okay. But I will say this. Kenya Moore is a different person now, right? But initially, she was very disrespectful to the institution of marriage. And I'll just leave that there.
No, she was not. No, she was
not.
She
was.
Stop.
She was. Yes, she was. And you know.
Don't get me started on Kenya now. Don't get me started.
How was Kenya disrespectful to
Don't
marriage?
have us to go into the time vault now. You know exactly what she did. Her and Phaedra were good friends until she got that, until Apollo picked her little flat ass up and threw her into the pool. Now that started that whole little thing between her and Phaedra. Then they had the donkey booty and the stallion booty thing going on. She went after that man the whole entire season, not just that season, but season 6 also. You know when they stopped is when Apollo was going to jail, and he finally came out and said that she never came after him. He used that lie the whole damn time, but she did do it. It's on camera, so you can't say she didn't.
Well, can I say something? If we're going to talk about marriage, we should use someone other than the two felons, Phaedra and Apollo, because first of all, Phaedra has a long, if we want to talk about past, I haven't forgotten that Angela Stanton story about Phaedra working at the insurance company and using those VIN numbers to swipe those cards. So Phaedra has been stealing people's mans for a long time. I heard she was with Mr. Chocolate was Giselle Bryant's husband, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So if we want to talk about marriage, we need to talk about respectable candidates. Let's talk about it, but let's use appropriate parties, can we? Not Phaedra and Apollo.
The only reason why I use them is because because Sebastian just said that Kenya did not go after Apollo, and it's on videotape that she did.
No. The claws were coming out. If she wanted Apollo, she could have gotten him because Kenya is Apollo's type.
That's the whole.
She was playing in Kenya's. No, baby, she was playing in Phaedra's face because Kenya could have snatched Apollo. When you look at Apollo's new woman and you look at Phaedra, clearly he has a type. He likes the BBLs, and Phaedra is not that.
But what I was saying was,
he's kind of turning into what? Wait, let me throw this in here, Canelo.
Yeah, I'm saying Apollo definitely wanted Kenya. He did. Her.
He did. He did. He was hot and heavy for her, but we'll get back to that in 1 second. So, Tisha, the next scene, Tisha and Marsau have a conversation. I promise you, with everything, Marsau needs to write a book on being a wordsmith, okay? Because he knows how to twist up and turn up every conversation to the point where Tisha has been listening to it for so long, she believes every word that comes out of that man's mouth. When they were sitting down talking, he was like, listen, Kiki is a problem. Now, do I believe Kiki's a problem? She's a problem. But, he said Kiki's a problem. He said Bernard is the male Miss Wanda. And I can agree with that.
That is true. That's so true.
I can accept that. But he pretty much he said to her, I will answer any question you have as long as you don't come to me with no disrespectful questions. He's messy, to say the least. I'm like, yo, this man knows how to use his words to flip a situation around and have you questioning yourself if you're not careful. What do we think?
He knows when he's talking to a dummy, because you couldn't have paid Marsau to say no shit like that to me. I'm sorry. I would have chin checked him in front of those on cameras because I would have let him know who my mother was. I would have. You think Miss Wanda is something? Tisha, he knew who he got the right one. Because your wife back wouldn't have sat there and told me nothing like that in front of the on cameras. Not on Oprah Winfrey, you wouldn't have.
Because see, I'm gonna tell you like this. It made me now see. Bernard made me feel so sorry for Marsau. And y'all know I can't stand that bastard. I cannot stand Marsau.
Bernard, wait, hold on, Canelo. You said Bernard made you feel sorry for Marsau?
Nah, he got on my damn nerves. Every time you saw him, and he's like, shut the. I even had to say, Bernard, shut the hell up. We sick of you. And I was like, oh my God. I was
well, like, you know what? Let me tell you what happened with Bernard, Canelo, and everybody. They told Bernard that the family was going to be in the scene, and they told him to show up and act out. They gave him an assignment. They gave him an assignment, and whether we like it or not, he fulfilled the assignment. He did. He was messy. But go ahead.
And Diva, that's the funniest thing. I knew exactly what he was doing and what he was assigned to do, but it was just so. Oh my God. I mean, you got some people who does the same thing, but they know how to go in and do it. It's not so antagonistic. It's not so it's getting on everybody else's nerves. They know how to play it. This thing just went. I'm like, oh, shut the hell up. I'm like,
wait. Let me say this. This is really good, right? If the ladies, and I do agree with this, but there's a lot of people in the world, they can't take a step back to get the real come up, right? Mm-hmm. If the ladies go really hard for Carlos, they shouldn't care about getting paid the same because they would still get paid. And when they the ratings get higher, they could get their raise. You know what? Yeah, I totally agree with you. But some people do not know how to humble themselves and take a lower pay rate. And I think that is part of why Nene is not getting work. Do I believe some of it might be because of this whole blackball thing? Maybe. But I also think the people that are offering her jobs, because they're not saying a certain number and she still thinks that she is the it girl, she is not happy because she's not getting the check that she was getting from Bravo. Well, the Bravo days for her are long and gone. The Bravo days for a lot of the ladies is not going to be the same. I do believe that Bravo is on the downhill slope. It's going down.
But I'm
okay,
gonna say this.
Next to you like my castaways. Okay.
But
Go
what
ahead.
I'm gonna say about this. Candy and Garcelle and Bethany made their money and their mark in Bravo. If Bravo tanks, they still got money coming from them. Garcelle is I don't know if she's an associated producer with them. I know she got say so of how she looks on the show. Candy brings them business every season with her businesses. She may not have a storyline, but the woman gonna show give Bravo something to make her money off of. They make money off her business. She make money off of them. Bethany turned skinny girl on Real Housewives in New York City. That woman became a billionaire because of this. She can come and go as she pleases from the Real Housewives franchise. Andy told her you have an open seat anytime you want to come back.
Oh, he loves her. But when Andy loves somebody, he loves somebody. But let me read this. Mm-hmm. This is interesting. Kim is suing Nene according to Kimpire. Oh, well, yes. Sasha, yes. I can believe it because on Nightcap last night, Kim did say her word was that when Nene is done for Bravo, I got something for Nene, and I'm paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. But well, go ahead, Sebastian. What was you gonna say?
That's exactly what she said. She said she'll see. Oh, this is what she said, word for word, in verbatim. She said when they about the Nene suing Bravo, you're included in the lawsuit, Kim.
I'll be right back, Diva.
She'll be included in mine too. That's what she said.
Yeah, Nene done got herself in the whole debacle. But before we talk about that, so we talked about the scene with Tisa and her husband Marsau.
Diva,
and then
Marsau's mugshot is public. It's on Alabama arrests and everything. It's there.
Yeah, somebody said it wasn't for anything big. I'm not really tripping over the mugshot, and he shouldn't have been either. He should have just let it all come out so that people won't have anything over his head. Love and Marriage Huntsville cast were really friends before. Yes, they were. The other show was just castmate forging friendship. That's the difference. Miss Gigi, I agree with you, and I think that's why I connected with Love and Marriage Huntsville in the beginning, because it was a true friendship there. It was a true group of friends. And now they're turning into shenanigans, right? So we end up where the last scene is that they're all meeting up to go on this trip to Atlanta. It's very ironic that this wine thing is happening in Atlanta, but again, that they're doing it there, I think, again, to be messy, right? Because we know about the whole Atlanta debacle. And then this is what I didn't like. See, my thing is, they're making a mockery now out of cheating, infidelity, and marriages, right? Because they did not need to get on that in that bus or whatever, whatever you want to call it, and say and make a joke about the whole past Atlanta trip. I do not like the linebacker references. I don't like that, because you're talking about women, right? I didn't like the whole linebacker references. I didn't like when Coleslaw said it, and I still don't like it to this day. I don't like that that Marsau said to Maurice, oh, you're gonna, make sure you don't have any infidelity. And I don't like the sneakiness of Martell, which we're gonna see next week, having all of these females at this event. And I just don't like it. I didn't like that whole bus scene. I wasn't here for
that. Diva, he's good for doing that. As much as I don't like Martell, he also is a producer for OWN on this show, just as Melody is. So he knows what he's doing. He's making sure the storyline is secure.
However, if Maurice and Marsau were upstanding and they cared about their vows, they would have left. I would have loved to have seen that. I mean, you see that what the party looks like, and you turn around and walk away. That would have been excellent.
You are correct. You are correct. Yeah, it's messy. Somebody saying no to Coleslaw being on the show. Don't forget y'all. Thank you, Jack. Don't forget y'all, hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. Hit the like button. Everyone has a past done in your youth, and it's not important on this stage of the game. Yes, everybody has a past, right? Agreed. But you gotta own your past and not try to hide it, especially if you're going on a reality show. You put it out there so they won't be able to use it against you.
Because look what Marlo did. Marlo, like we said, Marlo came on season 4, told everybody she was in jail. She had mug shots. Nobody can use that against her. They tried so hard. Yeah, Bravo put up there how many times and how many mug shots she had. But you know what? They couldn't even use that against her because she already put it out there. She already had owned it. She was like, yeah, I got these mug shots and I'm still making money.
Whatever is done in the dark, it will come to light. I do agree with that. And so Kenya was disrespectful to the Institute Mouse, but it takes two to tango. Apollo is not.
Nobody said he was innocent.
No.
Nobody said he was
disrespectful to the Institution of Marriage. We're not going to
do so bad.
First of all, y'all should have made sure your marriage was intact before you Example, Porsha, she should have made sure she wasn't for Mel's beard before she got on a reality TV show.
Wait a minute, Canelo. Cool Cat said, hey, Diva, happy Sunday, Cool Cat. So he said, not true. Kenya was not disrespectful to marriages. She simply paid back hateful, insecure women and got them where it hurt them more.
There you go.
That is true, but it's still an institute of marriage. Because see, Kenya would not have liked it if anybody did that to Mark, but Mark did it to her. So she got her just desserts. She wouldn't have, look what happened when Mark met up with Nene and Greg. He took Nene's side and told her she need to, be friends with Nene. She hated that.
Well, is it Mark begging Kenya for trying to get some more manner?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if he's paying her back because he's still, to quote Phaedra, your favorite person, he's scrounging around under the couch cushions for quarters and spare change.
But wait a minute. Monica, well, I ain't mad at you, girlfriend. Monica said that this is about Marsau. He did not fool me with his word scramble. Like, thank you, girlfriend. Word scramble.
Yeah.
He is this one with the words. This one with the words. He be killing me.
And see, this is the thing that I hate with Tisha. Tisha knows this, and she knows this man cheated. She either know he's cheated or he is cheating. She's trying to hide it. Because why would you tell her don't bring up anything that's disrespectful? And she said, whatever I said that was disrespectful. He did not say one word. He just went on a word scramble that is a detriment to my character. What are you talking about? And she said up there, okay.
Well, just simply, everybody is saying that. I do not remember, or I did not know of Kiki and her husband were supposed to be part of the original cast. I never heard that. I didn't know that until people started saying it.
Oh, Gabor's in the chat. Gabor's in the chat. They were trying to drag Kenya, Gabor. They were trying to drag Kenya.
Oh, Gabor knows me. Gabor knows me. He knows.
Frederica is TK's kid, was pregnant and had to marry Opato. I don't think he would have married her.
But according to Angela, yes, Phaedra's mother is a pastor, but she's a spiritual doctor. She makes potions for women to miscarry. And from what I understand, the mom has a criminal past too. Somebody pull my coattail and pull those mug shots up, please. Go to
Wait, who has a past? Wait, LaTisha has no self-esteem and is insecure. She is caught between two pimps.
Also, y'all really think Wanda is a pimp?
Don't do that. Wait, Wanda and Marsau both are using her. It's sad. She thinks she is part of the game. Don't do that. You said two pimps. Take her mama out of this. Don't do that to the mom now. Don't do that to Miss Wanda. Go ahead, Canelo. I'm sorry.
I'm asking, you really think Wanda is a pimp? Look, I don't like talking about nobody's mom, but Tisha, you know I tell you in my review all the time, your mom, I don't really care about her. So she ain't no damn pimp. She's probably one of the us out there. Look at her. She's going to Marsau.
I agree with you.
So you sitting up here using your son-in-law for something they should be coming to you for?
Pimping him out for his money.
I agree, because if you have two men, you should have twice the money.
Well, she should, right? So wait, Nancy, she said, yeah, he snowed her again, telling her not to ask anything disrespectful. Now she will think anything she wants to know might be disrespectful. Girl, this man, he is running game on top of game on top of game. I just want to get to the TV and choke him. And I want to choke her too. Like, girl, wake up. I wish my husband would tell me. Don't ask those stupid questions. I'll ask you anything I want. Come on, Lena. I know that's right. How you gonna tell me what to ask you? I was like, yo, he's the most. He be doing the most. Bernard is the one who said he had a chopper in the car. What is the chopper? Wait, what am I missing?
That's the pow pow.
Oh,
and now we all know that Marsau. And see, I know you already talked about it, Diva, but y'all know Marsau went crazy when Kiki was about to pull out his teeth. She literally, because she got something on him because he told, "What you gonna say it? I want you." He kept over talking her. If it wasn't something that she could use against you, why was she talking? Why did you?
Wait a minute, Canelo. April Wright said, Tisha looks sad to me. She's so tied to him that she can't see freedom.
I'm gonna tell you, y'all ain't gonna keep doing this to me. I'm literally lightheaded over here. Have no I have no oxygen going to my brain laughing at y'all. Y'all should warn me and stuff out like that.
But see, the reason why Marsau said tell it, and he kept trying to encourage her, because remember, Marsau blamed Melody for confirming the rumors and bringing it on the show. And it felt like in previous seasons, Marsau was threatening Tisha, like gaslighting her, saying, if you bring this out, whatever happens, it's totally on you. So it's okay if it's a secret. You get what I'm saying? That's what I feel like he's challenging her. He's playing in her face. But she did say one time, I did see a flashback where she said, I will take everything from you. So I'm waiting to see that.
Oh, she ain't gonna do it now. She ain't gonna do it now because she's so far, but she is so far up under his foot that every time he walks, he squashes her. I mean, it's just that bad. Everybody in her circle knows this man is cheating on her, using her, doing everything. I mean, he may not be using her for money because I'm quite sure he has his own, but he's using her emotionally because he can still go out there. Look what he's doing in Atlanta next week. I know we're not talking about it, but you saw the trailer. You know what he's doing. And then when he, Diva, you ain't got there yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. You ain't got there yet.
But wait, let me read this, Canelo.
Go ahead.
So, Diva, did you hear about Bravo starting a new housewife franchises and new housewife shows for the OGs? I heard about that.
Yeah, that's New York.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's New York.
I don't know how that's gonna go over because literally, I think Bravo, in terms of the housewife shows, is a sinking ship. And I don't know if these OGs are going to pull it back up. And I don't know who's going to be what. I don't know. I'm going to give it. Listen, I will give every show at least 1 to 2 chances. After that, I don't know.
Now, see, this is what I know what the person is saying. I know what she's saying. That is New York City because remember, New York didn't. They ended so bad last season. They didn't have a reunion. The cast was fighting so bad. So what they decided to do was split the two to split it in half.
It's all Ebony's fault. It's all Ebony.
Why would you blame her? It is not her fault. It's Ramona. It's Ramona's fault.
Like Garcelle was way smarter on being the first Black woman on a show. Garcelle was way smarter than Ebony on that situation. Ebony was going a little too far too soon. You don't do it like that. You should have been like Garcelle.
The producers had.
But wait, hold on. Who was that? E, you want to do a rebuttal?
Robin.
Go ahead.
Robin. Go ahead, Robin. Go ahead, Robin.
So to start with, Bravo was dead wrong in the portrayal of New York housewives. We aren't that and all of that, or only that, or New York, period. Except for my first job, I did say I down there where all the white people were. But outside of that, what happened, what Bravo has been in an overcorrective phase for the last 2 years. If you look at a lot of their shows, like remember, was it last season? You looked up and what was that? The Southern Charm. All of a sudden, the hairdresser had a Black friend. And then what's her name was dating the Black man.
Tokenism.
Right,
That's what it is.
And it was a lot of that. And the truth of the matter is, I think it is my opinion, not Divas, anybody. I think that, for example, like Ramona's pretty racist. And I saw some behaviors when Ebony was on the show. What Bravo did, and Ebony was kind of a really good sport, is they tried to introduce things, but they overcorrected for it. They didn't let things happen naturally. Because you know what? It looks like the Bravo producers said to Ramona, if you don't go to Harlem, you'll never be on the show ever again. Because she went up there screaming like somebody was killing her softly every step and breath she took. And again, Bravo has been under fire for the disparate treatment of their cast. They've been under fire. When you just look, it's not totally representative. So again, the whole thing about that reality label is very misplaced. And they overcorrected. And in a pandemic,
she had a hard way to go.
See, and this was the thing.
And like Canelo said, she was not an editor. She did not produce that show. She did not edit it. So back off on that one, Sebastian.
No, the thing is, I'm gonna state how it is. Ebony should have been like Garcelle. Look at Bershawn. Bershawn didn't get into any situations with
the hell she did.
Why
well, we watched the same show. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Her and Sonya got into a fight.
Drunk Sonya and regular Sonya.
Well, we watched the same show. Yes, the hell she did.
Drunk Sonya and regular
but
Sonya.
Wait a minute, guys. Let me just say this. So Erica Young said Kenya only flirted and she apologized. Erica, you miss several seasons? She only flirted. Let's stop. She was texting a married man. We're not gonna take it back because Kenya's a different person now. Brooklyn has changed her, but she did more than flirt. But go ahead.
Flirted. Where's Gabor? Gabor needs to come and help me.
Well, no. Apollo texted Kenya.
Be able to do this on your own.
No, Apollo was texting Kenya.
Exactly.
So
wait. Cool Cat said that Nene was disrespectful to marriages then and now. Well, now for sure. Nene flirted with Peter and came on to him over and over again. Hold on, Cool Cat. Now I ain't the biggest Nene fan, but Nene was joking around with Peter. She never wanted Peter.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Everybody knew that. I mean, that was harmless flirting.
Yeah, but if you take it back, Kim said Nene stole Greg from his wife because he was married when Greg was married when he met Nene. So
now I gotta fan myself. I'm gonna have to get a fan, y'all. I'm gonna have to get a fan.
Look, I'm gonna have to buy one because y'all be making my ass laugh so hard. I'll be having no oxygen in my dang brain.
Yeah, but that is true. I did hear that because the daughter, Greg's daughter came out and said when this whole debacle with Nene lawsuit right now with her current boyfriend, wife, Nene's daughter said that Greg was married to her mom when, Nene got with him. But okay.
Miss, keep your legs closed to married men.
Exactly. Keep your legs to practice what you preach. So Gabor said what she said, what was said about Kenya. Apollo wanted Kenya. He said their physicalities match. We got together. Hey, Diva, Canelo, and Sebastian. Hey, Gabor.
Exactly, Gabor.
Yes. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Okay, so Cool Cat may have something about pride view. She's either afraid of that or being kind of poor. Let me tell you what I think is wrong with Tisa, right? Tisa has been gaslighted for so long that she has lost herself. I assimilated to the same thing that happened with Wendy Williams and her husband. When you have somebody just gassing you for so long, you start to believe every word that comes out of their mouth. And that's where Tisa's at now. I mean, she could physically catch him with a woman and he will tell her something different. And I really feel like she's going to believe it. Like I said, I think Andy doesn't care about the ATL now that Nene and Porsha are completely off the show. Possibility, I'm not sure.
But what I was going to say is you could tell that Marsau is doing something. Who goes and leave their spouse and go to a whole nother continent? And then come back and talk about it like, the whole family was there.
Well, husband, Martell.
Yeah, I could have gone too. I would have loved to go to Africa. Well, I just needed to go to get my head together. But
please. As soon as he would have got off the plane and put his key in the door, the key wouldn't have fit. I would have called the police and said, "Get this nigga off my property."
See, I don't believe he went
y'all not gonna do this to me. Y'all is not gonna do this.
Canelo, I don't think he went to Africa. I think he just went away for a little while. Because you know how much
but see, even if he implied that he went to Africa would have been enough. Because see, the whole thing is what you mean to tell you have to leave a whole nother country to go to another country to get away from your family just to get to get your mind right. Look what Ralph did. He told us he went to Florida, left 4 beaches here in Georgia, went to Florida just to clear his mind. But yet you got one in Savannah, you got one in Brunswick, you got Lake Lanier, Alatoona. I can name them all right here, but you chose to go to Florida.
What is wrong with these women? Where do they get this one?
And I guess therapy won't work for them. They got to just leave and go somewhere else to get their mind clear. But wait, let me read this. Monica said, I said, wow, he asked her not to ask questions that disrespect his character. They would have had to cut and go to commercial.
I'm telling y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop up on these questions.
But going back to Drew's husband going away to Tampa, how do you leave? I don't know where you are, but you have cameras and you're watching the house while you're away. Listen, I don't know. She's better than me. They know who to do this with. Because like I said, the key wouldn't fit when he tried to come back home. I promise you, I put that on my life.
Because see, you remember, Tisa sat there and was like, so, I mean, now whose spouse would not be upset that you went to another whole continent? Now, you could have went, and then you got Ralph leaving, going down to Florida to Tampa because he needed to find a beach to get his mind together. I'm really sitting here like,
oh, he did need to find a beach, not the beach that we're thinking of, just the beach.
Sebastian, we know what.
Hey, Corey, thanks for stopping by. New York is very diverse. Roni should have been diverse years ago. Roni should have definitely been diverse years ago. New York is very diverse. I don't get it.
New York City is very diverse.
Yeah.
That's why it should have been diversified a long time ago. They did not need to start doing tokenism. Just get a token black friend and put on the show with Leah McSweeney, who's also irrelevant, that we don't even need to have on the show either.
Oh, she's blaming Ebony for the whole breakdown.
Yes, now she's blaming Ebony.
Well, you know why they blamed Ebony? They blamed Ebony because the first time ever, they did not have a reunion. But we found out later that they didn't have a reunion because it was alleged that Ebony and Ramona said some words, and then they had to investigate it. That's why they didn't have a reunion. So, Toria, yes, Ebony did not have to teach every scene. It was a missed opportunity with Ebony, right?
Yes.
This is what I said about Ebony when she came on. When I did my review, I had to remind everybody this was taped during the pandemic.
Yep.
This was taped right as we were going to an election. So when we was going into that, everything was race baited at that point in time. So the whole thing is when they was filming, they was going through that. I know, but hold on. When I did the review, this is what I was saying, because it's like, no, she could have talked about something else. She could have, but I'm just saying, at that point in time, we was all in the hype of election. We had the 2020 election coming up. We had the orangutan in the office that we was trying to get out. People was going back and forth with race. So, I don't know if they told her to talk about it. I don't know if they told her to talk about it. I don't know what it was, but yeah, we was in the height of that. So when when we saw it, we was already through all of that. And it just made it seem like, this was just going, they just filmed this like 2 weeks ago. And it was like, no, this happened like almost a year ago, and we got all this stuff going on. So she was talking about it at that point. But I agree. She could have talked about something else. There's a point, like you said, there's a point in time to talk about it. She could have talked about it at her party that she did, the watch party for the election. She could have talked about it at that point. But you didn't have to talk about it every
Kiki said she will just go ahead and tell the business and spill. She will just go ahead and tell the business and spill the tea. He got hyped. He jumped down underwear and jumped up like.
Oh, I thought.
Wait, who's that?
I thought that was you when you did it, because when you were smiling at me because I just finished what I said.
No. So Tisa is not leaving Marsau because her social status is not going to be the same if she leaves him. Tisa is no Mel.
She don't have no social status.
Well, what she mean by she's not going to have the same lifestyle, I guess.
Right. I know what she.
Yeah. And she doesn't. And Tisa definitely doesn't have the wherewithal to build herself back up the way Mel did. Mel was the backbone behind the halt between her Martell. Marsau is the backbone behind all of their businesses that they have, not Tisa. So it would be harder for Tisa to do a come up the way Mel did.
And what's so funny, he made her believe. I mean, she got majority of the stocks in the company, and I'm sitting here like, so you really gave somebody who has no background in the type of business you do majority of stocks, really? And I don't believe that. Now, what? Oh God!
Wait a minute, Canelo. This is crazy, Monica. You're killing me. Martell's shoes were run over last night. He must didn't get them from a.
Monica, I'm blocking you. I cannot with you, Monica. You're the reason why I'm gonna fall out this chair. My head, I gotta go get an ass.
Oh my God, I cannot. Okay, I would say don't give no disrespectful answers, stupid. Yeah, oh my goodness, I cannot with him. He's too much for me. He's messy. Roni didn't have black women because they thought of Bethany being ethnic enough with her slang she got from her black friends. Bravo was like, here is our diversity. Yeah, Bravo missed the mark, and I think Bravo is a day late and a dollar short with trying to bring on the diversity. I mean, I get it. They're trying to do it. No problem, Robin. Thanks for stopping by. I think that and it's kind of like a forced diversity now, right? And I think that Garcelle is doing okay. But she's doing okay. I'm going to leave it at that. Please don't block me. It's your girl from Dallas. If you ain't gonna block me.
But don't you dare say that Garcelle is doing okay. Don't you,
Sebastian? Now you know what? If you don't want to be blocked, I suggest you step away from Garcelle before you get blocked.
Okay, Garcelle is an immigrant. She climbs from rags to riches. Do not ever say she's doing okay. She's doing more than okay than some of these other raggedy housewives we see here. Okay,
look, your beauty queen with her bad skin.
All right, Sebastian. But next time she throws an event at her house, Sebastian, we're going to need her to have the heat on if it's cold outside. Okay, that's all. Corey said Garcelle is giving what she needs to give. So listen, let's wrap it up like this because I'm trying to do my DC recap.
I gotta watch it because I haven't watched it yet.
So let's do a little bit of nightcap with Carlos King. I think the girlfriend said Garcelle is an icon. Leave her alone. Okay, I'm gonna leave her alone, gal. I'm gonna leave her alone. So okay. So here's the thing. Nightcap with Carlos King. I'll do this. I'm proud of him because he left Bravo. When he left Bravo, whether he was fired or not, however we want to look at it, he didn't give up. He kept going, right? He kept going. And so he kept going, and now he's building a name for himself on their own network. Love and Marriage Huntsville. I loved it in the beginning. I'm still hanging in there now, right? Love and Marriage DC. I'm only hanging in there to kind of see the final outcome, but it wasn't grabbing me in like Love and Marriage Huntsville initially did, right? And so I think last night was a little bit of a turning point for me. I have to finish watching it because Monique, I saw a different side of her finally, where I felt like there was a smidgen of an inch that she does care for her husband, okay, Chris, when she started to cry. But I have to see how I feel about that wholeheartedly. But when he did his show and he had the OGs up there, I think is one thing if the guest says something messy themselves, but he always throws something in there to pull out the messiness in them, right? So the thing that was pivotal for me last night is when Lisa Wu spoke, she still had a lot of emotions in her when she pretty much said every time Nene was asked what OG should come back to RHOA when Nene was still on there, she said she called Kim Zodiac name. And Lisa Wu said specifically, she never said Lisa Wu. So Nene, unfortunately, she has a lot of people out there that she has stepped on their toes, and they're not going to back her up in this lawsuit. She left behind what I like to call a lot of dead bodies, and that means that not physically dead, but a lot of people that you have stuck the knife in their back. You have punched them in the face, slapped them in the face, you have tripped them, you have blocked their bag, and now none of them are going to come and stand by your side in this lawsuit. She has a hard road and a big hill to climb. I wish her luck. Cynthia said, I don't like the nightcap. Cynthia, I'm trying, and I'm not in love with it either. The set is okay. I think that chair he sits in is overwhelming. The chair is bigger than him, right?
The cup is bigger than his head.
The cup is bigger than his head. The DJ Princess, I'll just say that. I'll just say, I mean, I'm glad it's a female, giving the female DJs a chance, but I am through with Nene. I'm not coming to her defense anymore. Corey, Nene has messed up. For Lisa Wu, and I think this is going to be another strike in Nene's case, right? For Lisa Wu to remind us that the person that she claims brought the racism to Bravo, not only was she the one that introduced them to Bravo, but every time she had a chance and they asked about bringing the OG back, she called Kim Zolciak name. Nene's in trouble. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
gonna say this. Remember season 10 when they were all at Nene's house? You had Kim, you had Nene, you had Lisa Sheree. And what Candy was not a part of, because she really is not an OG, like, you know, the starting. The only person that was missing was Deshaun. Now, I know that Nene had been stopping a lot of people's bag. The person she really wanted to get rid of was Candy. But she couldn't get rid of Candy because Candy was bringing the network money. As long as Kimmy had money coming into Bravo's pocket,
Candy wasn't bringing the network money initially. No. Candy brought the heat against Nene. She was one of the only ones that would not back down from Nene. Remember, her and Nene got into a lot of early spats.
Yeah,
like they came at each other. So hold on one second, Camille. So just simply said, Lisa also got a house for Greg and Nene during season 2. The house was under Lisa's name. That is interesting.
Yes, I remember that.
I
remember that.
I did not know that.
That was on Fox 5 News here in Atlanta. That was all over the news. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. So Miss Bell, you're not feeling the DJ either. Yes, no shade, but not feeling the DJ. And her outfit last night was tragic, my opinion. Yes, Nene is on her home because of her past behavior. Nessie, for sure she is, right? Let's just say it's whack. All right, why you bothered? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm trying to give it a chance. I'm trying to give Carlos King a chance. I don't like that he is copying Annie. He needs to bring his own ideas. H. Fisher, I do agree. He needs, Carlos,
We can't even defend that one.
He's over the top, Cynthia. I agree. I'll let you speak to that, Flash. I'm sorry about that. 1 second. Cynthia, I agree with you. Carlos is over the top. He's over the top. It's too much. Go ahead, Sebastian. What was you going to say?
I want to address something someone said. I don't know who it was, but it was a couple minutes ago. Someone said in the chat, Garcelle is giving a little too vanilla. What do you mean by that?
Meaning it's plain. Like, meaning it's just plain. It's just plain. She's just plain. She's just there.
Okay. I thought it meant something else.
No, it didn't mean anything else. It means that she's just plain.
I will defend a fellow Caribbean all the way throughout. Okay?
Yeah, you can calm down. You can calm down, Sebastian. They just meant that she's just plain and a little bit of boring. So Cynthia, I don't like
not boring. Was Cynthia very not boring?
Very.
But wait, hold on. The DJ sucks, and I'm tired of his constant yelling. Yes, I know. Come on, Corey. Carlos King weekly commercial needs to go. On the nightcap, Carlos King strikes me as a character of a stereotypical.
And Miss Robin,
Andy stated Carlos, I think the other day, because he had an interview with someone, and they said to Andy, "Oh, you're the only gay man. Are you the only gay man on late night?" And he was like, "Yeah." He looked up and was like,
Oh my God. Oh
But
wow.
speaking from the purple couch, I think she was calling Kim back to try and bring the White Watchers, thinking that will pump up viewership.
No,
But
it
you know
wouldn't.
what though? She stuck her foot in her mouth. Speaking from the purple couch, you can't say that this is a woman.
Who's
You can't
racist?
put her in a lawsuit saying she was the menace, and then you it's a mess. Yeah, I
It,
feel the same way about the DJ. Just kind of there. She's just kind of there. Yeah, I agree with you also. I think Lisa planned to say that as it intentional for that platform. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. But listen, guys, I've been on here longer than I expected. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to hit that like button. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do it today. I may do it tomorrow, but then Atlanta comes on tonight. So it's so many shows to talk about, but Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm still here for it. So I hope you'll join me next week when I do my recap of next week's episode. Thank you again, Canelo. Much love. But before we go, Canelo, just tell everybody, Canelo wrote a book, guys. Go to his channel, support, right? Support. And then also, Canelo, tell everybody where they can buy your book.
You can buy it on Amazon. I'm gonna send Diva the link. You can go into the link in the description when she put it there. You can go to Amazon. The book is in the background. All you have to do is put Ninja Sun at the beginning, and it will pop up. It is $9.99. It is on Kindle at the moment, but we are working to bring paperback. So we're trying to get that coming. All you have to do is download Kindle on your iPhone or your Android. And all you have to do is go to Amazon, purchase the book, and you have it.
Canelo, and I wasn't laughing at you. Okay, y'all are killing me in the chat today.
I know they look. I ain't paying attention to them no more.
She said Nene's lawsuit will be as successful as Black China.
Look, I stopped looking at the comment section after Monica said what she said. I was done.
Y'all on fire today. But much love. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And don't forget, hit that like button. Canelo, much love. I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you and happy Sunday. Have a good one. Bye.